Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. Ziggy Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help!
But we don't hit the goal, it's out of the rotation, and now we are busy. We're going to have non-stop new releases. So understand, if it's out of the rotation, it's out for good. It's not going to be just coming back again in 2 weeks. No, we have too many games to play now. So I will keep it in the rotation. If you guys support, I hope you will. If you're going to support tonight, I have a very strong recommendation. Okay? If you're watching on Kick tonight, I lost something like 200 subs on my days off. It's because I guess my days off had coincided with some days previously when people had been very generous and gifted like 50 subs a pop, you know, and a few people did it. And they all expired and no one renewed. So we went down like 200 subs on the channel, okay? My goal is to get 150 subs total by the end of this streaming week. Currently, I believe we are at 17. Let me check on that. Let me check that goal. We are now at 18 out of the 150 goal that I have set. So tonight, if you are on Kick and you are going to support this stream to keep Truck Sim in the rotation, drop some subs. All right? Please do. That's the best way to support tonight. Let's get those subs up. Let's get them back to where they were. Let's bolster that channel back. Let's go. Now, everything is appreciated. If you want to support in a different way, like let's say you want to try the new Kicks system. Let's say you're on YouTube. You're not on Kick. You want to do some super chats. You want to do a membership. Give some memberships to the community. That's fine. If you're on any service, you feel like, hey, I just want to send a tip via PayPal. I don't want to deal with any of those third-party interactions. You do that too. It's all good. I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm just saying the preferred thing tonight to try to get those subs back would be great if we could do that. And I want to hit 150 subs by the end of the streaming week, which is Wednesday for me. Okay?
Oh, woe is me. I need monies because so I have bills to pay and...
No, oh, Villain, he says, after 40, it's hard to gain muscle mass sometimes. No, you're right. I am lucky because I worked out in my youth. Because I worked out in my youth, I had muscle mass. It's just dormant. It's like I'm not using it. So it, you know, it goes away, but it doesn't permanently go away. Basically, what happens is it just goes, shrinks. But as soon as I started working out again, immediately within like a week, I was pumping up again. I was like, wow, that was fast. I remember when I first started working out in my 20s, it took a little while for me to build up muscle mass. I didn't have any, and I had to go work out. And then finally, they pumped up. Wow, it took a few months. In this case, they actually, within like a week or two, we're coming back. I was like, this is excellent. You know, thank God I had that history of working out when I was younger. And it's working. It absolutely is working.
All right, how about this, guys? If you guys get me to the goal right now, I will drop a bombshell on all of you here tonight. Something that absolutely no one knows, absolutely jaw-dropping news, and I'll break it here first, but we got to hit the goal right now. And I'm actually not, it's not a joke, it actually is true. It never ends. The grifting never ends.
What I'm doing is, I'm doing sets of exercises together to work out separate muscle groups. And right now, one night I'm doing 4, and the next night I'm doing 4, and it's all different exercises, and I do 3 sets. Actually, I take that back. Now that I'm rethinking about it, one night I do 3 sets of all 4 of those exercises, and then the next night I do 4 sets of 4 separate exercises, and each workout takes between anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes depending. And it's all free weights. It's all free weights based. I don't have like I don't have a bow flex. You know what I mean? I don't go to the gym. It's all free weights that I'm doing. And I bought a set of adjustable free weights that are incredibly easy to use.
I like how you're laughing too.
Well, it's funny.
All it is you take the free weight handle, which weighs like 5 pounds, you put it inside and you rotate. So now it's 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 25, 30, and you just keep adjusting up as high as you want to go. So you can adjust it to all different, weights very easily. And I was telling people earlier, dude, it was so hard when I was a kid. When I was in my 20s trying to work out, weights were a pain. Unless you went to the gym and you had a giant machine, to have free weights at home were a major pain in the ass. They sucked. They were those, like, either solid, like concrete or metal dumbbells that hurt. to fuck around with and have to put them on and off, and they constantly get loose and wiggle and shit, or it was those sand-filled plastic dumbbells, and those sucked because those would break over time and they would leak all over the fucking place. So now they got all these really good ones now that are just, they auto-adjust. And I wanted to get like the high-end one that was like way high weight. It was actually, I believe it was Bowflex. I think that was the brand. But dude, they were like $600. And I said, well, I can't drop $600 for weights. So I got a set. Ooh, I have to do a vehicle inspection. So I got a set that was like $300. And that's what I'm using right now. And they're fine for everything that I'm doing. And I'll probably still be using them for quite a while. I've been using them for months. I'll probably still be using them for months. Maybe at one point I'll get to the point where I'll need to get more weight, which is fine if I have to. If I have to figure that out and I have to get another set, I will. But for now, I think I'm going to be good for a while. And another thing is, I explained this to the chat earlier. I am not working out to become a giant roided freak. I am not working out so that I can become a muscle man. I'm working out simply to be physically fit for my age, okay? Because I wasn't. I was insanely out of shape. You know what I'm saying? I needed to get my wind back. I needed to get my muscles back to working shape where I can actually do things, and it's for my longevity, for my health to live longer, for my wife, and you know, that's what it's for.
Oh, your wife would secretly be happy if you died. It makes me sad to think about that.
So you're not going to see DsP on stream one day come out and all of a sudden I'm 350 pounds of pure ripped muscle like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's never going to happen, okay? But you will see me get toned. You will see me be more muscular and less fat. You're going to see that because I am working out regularly. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with working out right now. I'm going to spill the beans on something that you guys know nothing about, okay?
Oh my god, he's drinking Tyrone sperm?
So as you all know, I've been talking about how, as of, what was it, about a month and a half ago, that I have begun, well, not necessarily me, but there is tracking right now of people who are illegally restreaming me and or stealing my content without making it transformative and reposting it on a daily basis, okay? So that's been going on now for about a month and a half, and I'm happy to report tonight that the lore is that it has nothing to do with that whatsoever. The lore is not that, okay? The lore is much more personal than that. All right, it is. The lore is much more important and personal than that. Fair enough? So, as you know, there are people who love to hyper-focus on everything that I say and do. All right? And one of the things that my detractors have hyper-focused on for many years, actually, is that I believe it was once I just casually mentioned that one of my bathrooms has things wrong with it, like it's busted, has things busted in it and stuff. And so people would be like making fun of me and be like, oh, his bathroom is screwed up and stuff. And then I guess the lore or the joke, the running meme became that Phil has like a bunch of broken toilets in his house that don't work at all. And so, you know, his house is all a mess. It's all falling apart. Well, you ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, I fixed all of the toilets in my house myself.
This guy is a charlatan. He's a fucking con man.
That's right. I did. I fixed them all myself. I ordered the parts. I researched how to do it online, and I repaired every toilet. So all of the toilets in my house are now in working order. And in fact, so I bought two different things because I didn't really know what was like better. And I looked online and no one could really answer, okay? And so I bought two different of the plunger flush assembly things. One is like the typical floater kind, but there's actually, a lot of people don't know this, there's another kind now that isn't the one that floats on the water. It's a different kind. I don't even know how it operates, but it has like a hole. There's like a tower with a hole in it. And what happens is as your tank is filling, when the water hits that hole, I guess it detects that there's water in it and it just stops. So it doesn't need to have a floating device to lift up and tell it when to stop filling the tank. Instead, it's like some kind of a water detection. I don't know how it works. I think it's called like Corky's or something like that was the company that it's called or whatever. So anyway, so I had one toilet that 100% was fully functional, had no problems whatsoever. I had one toilet that did not work whatsoever for many, many years. And I had one toilet that was working, but had issues because it was taking forever to fill. And always had, every once in a while, some issues running, okay? So what I did is I researched online. It's like, basically, it was probably the assembly, you know, the, what you would call it, the floater assembly thing, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. And so it needed to replace it. And one of them was easier than the other, because one of them, when I went to do it, actually, and this is why this one was having issues and it took so long to fill, this tank had a leak and I didn't realize it. This tank's, like, the seals on the bolts on the bottom were actually quite loose, and it must be just, you know, it needs to be tightened every once in a while, perhaps. I didn't know that. So I was actually just changing out the entire internal assembly of the toilet, and all of a sudden the thing started pouring water all over the floor. And I'm like, but it's, you know, what the hell? And I looked, and it was because the bolts were actually loose. I had to, like, really hardly tighten the bolts to stop that from happening. But now I have 3 working toilets in my home. All of them work perfect. None of them have any issues. None of them run. None of them leak. And I did it all myself. I mean, as I'm getting older, I'm becoming more handy. I'm becoming more healthy. I'm doing all the things that I probably should have done 20 years ago, but I'm finally doing them. It's like I finally have the time and the means to do this shit now. You know what I'm saying? Which is really cool. So anyway, there's your lore, and some of you might be saying, well, why is that like lore? Why is that big deal? Because my detractors have made it a big deal for years. They've literally said, oh, the guy has like all broken bathrooms and non-functional toilets in his house. What a bum, what a schlub. So I finally said, fuck this, I fixed it myself. You know, it wasn't a big deal. It was a matter of researching how to do it properly, ordering all the right components, doing it all properly, making sure I didn't botch anything and fuck anything up so that water would squirt. There was one, I'll be honest, one of them when I was doing it, I didn't tighten. So with the way it works with these, I don't know what they're called, flush assemblies, plunger assemblies, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know what they're actually called, right? So they're on a shaft, and the shaft rotates to get the height right, because each tank is a little bit different height. And I didn't tighten it enough. So I had it all working. I'm filling the tank, and the thing wasn't tight, and the thing fucking launched. It launched like this, and the water exploded out of the bowl and just started geysering. I was like, oh shit. I had to turn off the water real fast. I was like, oh, I see what I did wrong. I didn't snap it in and tighten it all the way like it was supposed to be. But that was the only problem that I had. It wasn't messed up or anything. Like, I didn't break it. I just, a miscalculation.
I haven't had sex in ages.
Okay. But there you go. So I have always had 2 working toilets, but one had a running problem. The other one worked fine, and then I had one that didn't work at all. Now I have 3 fully functional working toilets, and I fixed them all myself. There's your lore. So now the detractors can all make videos about this, because you know they're going to. Like, this is what they do. They actually think this is news, that Phil has toilets in his house. And I'm not kidding you, what they'll try to do, they will actually try to say that I'm lying and disprove this. Like, they'll say, there's no way that Phil could have actually fixed his toilet. He's not smart enough, right? So they're actually going to do that. You know what I'm saying? They're actually going to start freaking out and be like, his toilet, he didn't do that. There's no fucking way. Idiots.
Toxic toilet juice now says, you watching videos for Snort Brunel? No, I don't watch videos from fucking detractors, you dumb fucking mouth-drooling idiot. Shut the fuck up and enjoy your band. What a fucking idiot. Come on, guys, let's crush it. Let's hit a second goal tonight. We can do it. I know we can hit a second goal tonight. Let's get some subs. Again, we're trying to make up for lost subs. We gotta get 150. Right now we're 30-something. Excuse me, right, Yeah, we're 30-something. We're a fifth of the way to the goal. Let's keep going. Let's crush that goal.
What cologne do I use? Do you want to know what I'm wearing tonight? Or how about this? If we hit the goal, I'll actually tell you what cologne I'm wearing tonight. 100%. And it's a good one. It's not some, El Cheapo, discount cologne. It's actually a name brand cologne. I will tell you what I'm wearing tonight.
Sour Patchy cheered. Says, why did the tractor say you're a pig roach? You don't look like a pig or a roach. I don't know. I don't know what that means. That's one of their memes. I don't actually know what it means at all. All right, folks. The only bummer here is that you're not going to learn what cologne I'm wearing, and I'm not taking my shirt off because you guys didn't hit the second goal. So that was the agreement. I'm sorry. Podcast in the morning, and then it is Chronos, the new dawn on the first stream. We're going to do a 2.5 to 3 hour gameplay stream. We're getting near the end. For what I'm to understand, only 2 parts left in the game, and it's about 3 to 5 hours of gameplay. So probably 2 more streams, and we'll beat Chronos, which is the whole point of what I'm trying to do. And then tomorrow night, more Hollow Knight Silk Song. Yes, Silk Song continues again. There's many weeks when I'm living literally paycheck to paycheck, stream to stream, and it's tight, and it's all the time. Things are incredibly tight, and I'm hoping I have enough money for my day off this week. There's still this back here, and it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.